bins back there are from my grandparents, and then I have more shit over here from my grandparents that we just haven't cleaned out yet. So my basement room's being used as like a storage room until we get to those things. So it's not great. But yeah.
Keep grinding, Greg. You know how it is.
Keep going. Keep
All
it
right,
grinding.
Welcome to the podcast. Just started it up. Welcome to the Spider Y2 Banana podcast, covering the Spider Y2 Banana Fantasy Football League. Third year running, and third year we're going to have a different champion. I'm here with last year's champion, Greg, my co-host.
And you're here with last year's runner-up, Connor.
Last year's runner-up, me, of course. And then some might say, some would argue, this year's favorite for the championship, Sean, defeating Greg last week.
I don't know about favorites. I don't know.
Sean, welcome to the pod. It's nice to have you back on.
Yeah.
How's life? Any big life updates?
Nothing to speak of. No. Everything, it's all even keel. No,
Okay.
Just kidding. Got engaged last weekend. That's pretty cool. My beautiful fiance Kylie. For some reason, she said yes. I keep asking her if she meant to say yes. She insists that she did.
I would quit asking Sean and
Hopefully that doesn't change. Decided I'll be moving back to Wichita from Seattle in a couple of months officially.
Okay.
So that's kind of crazy.
Glad to hear that for you.
Be nice to be home, but yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff. And finally got the best of Greg this year. He beat me twice in fantasy, and finally beat him when it counted. So
You've had a good weekend, haven't you?
It only took you starting 3 Cowboys players to beat me finally.
I started 3 and the defense, technically.
Yeah,
but
4. Sorry.
I also have COVID right now, so it's been a wild week in the Sean household. Double test confirmed positive, so I'm sick with it.
Geez. Luckily,
I think you're definitely sick with it.
Luckily, Greg is in between us in the Discord videos, or else
I haven't touched either of these sickos.
Well, I haven't. I'm assuming you got it after we went to the movies together.
Yeah, I got it on Christmas, so
Right.
I probably got it like 5 days after I saw you. So.
I was like, just making sure that.
But let's.
It's not a pregnancy, Connor.
I mean, Okay.
Not yet, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Anyway,
Sean.
moving on.
Our first matchup, very important matchup. This pitted 2 lifelong rivals. I have to tell you the backstory, guys. These guys, close friends, good friends. They have hated each other since day one.
Hate's a strong word.
So much vitriol between these two. Every matchup, K-State versus Oklahoma.
We just like competition.
Fantasy football, playing video games. Sean finally bests Greg, much like it has been all year.
Yeah, I can't beat him at Rocket League. Can't beat him at COD.
Definitely.
Can I beat him in a foot race?
Can I beat him in the fantasy playoffs?
Can't beat him in a foot race. But you'll take the playoffs.
Is scuffed. Greg
Can't
gets
beat
the
him in the
foot
foot
race.
race.
He gets the foot race W. I had improper footwear on. It will be revisited.
Well,
Okay,
and everybody
I can
forgets.
race you anytime.
Well,
Can't play me in the
everyone
playoffs anytime. So
everyone
not
forgets. I actually won that race. I was the first one to the truck.
It's true. Connor won
Also,
the
the
race.
first one to jump the line.
Well, I mean,
I gave you a head start and you had an angle, Greg. So I just want to leave it at that. Anyway, moving on.
so Sean taking over the dub over Greg, right? 147 to 126. Really a great fantasy matchup from both of these guys. Big scoring outputs from every position. And I think, Sean, you said before the week started, when Greg had picked up Ronald Jones, picked up Justin Jackson, and you were like, damn, am I really about to lose to Justin Jackson and Ronald Jones? I think you
about
said.
did.
And it was
if I lose
close.
to those two, it wasn't meant to be. Those are my exact
Yep.
words.
Justin Jackson had 32 points.
33
absurd.
points from Justin Jackson, 2 touchdowns. had 8 catches for 98 yards. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That would have won most people their fantasy weeks.
That's crazy. I was willing to swap out like half of my squad this week just off of pure matchup. I didn't feel comfortable playing any Vegas player other than Daniel Carlson because he's been money every time he's kicked the ball. I knew that the Denver game was going to be super close. They wouldn't be throwing it a whole lot. As you know, Josh Jacobs didn't get really a whole lot either.
What are you talking about? He had 27 carries for 130 yards. He just didn't get fantasy points.
Yeah. He
had a great game.
One fumble.
He had a fumble.
He had a good football game. He did not have a good fantasy game.
Yeah, not a good fantasy game. And Tyler Lockett played in a blizzard. I did not know. No, that's what I'm saying.
I will say
these were my problems, Sean.
I did know that there was going to be a blizzard, and I did withhold that information. I had sources from my homeland of Seattle, Washington. I knew there was a storm incoming.
Wow. Insider information on the podcast.
Didn't say anything.
Who would I have started?
Tyler Boyd.
I mean, Tyler Boyd, maybe. Probably DJ Moore, so you would have started, but it wouldn't have really mattered.
I'm staying away from Carolina Panthers for the foreseeable future because of Cameron Newton. What could have been is what he said last night Sunday during his post game. He goes, really makes you think, what could have been if I meant to be here. No, you're not, Cam. Go fucking retire and go do something else.
Imagine trading for DJ Moore halfway through the season, though.
It's fine, Sean.
It did work out. Greg did. I gave it to him. I gave him DJ Moore, yeah. And he traded away Chris Godwin, who got hurt anyway, so it was kind of a wash. So you got Elijah Mitchell, so...
Yeah, I did. And Elijah Mitchell hasn't even been playing. It's been Jeff Wilson, so... Yeah. I've been killing it on the waiver wire within the last 3 weeks.
All for naught.
Your luck ran out.
No, Greg, you made fantastic waiver pickups. I think Foster Moreau won you a week 1 week.
Yep.
When you played him over Darren Waller. Obviously, Justin Jackson, Jeff Wilson was a great pickup. Ronald Jones got you 16 points. You made great trades. You got Terry McLaurin for pretty much nothing.
Trades for
overcoming the Christian McCaffrey shit that went down this year. It's amazing that you even made it this far. So I thought you did a really good job down the stretch. I do want to talk to you about the Cam Akers pickup because we made this rule. You cannot keep any of those running backs that got injured. Cam Akers, Travis Etienne, and J.K. Dobbins were on our no-keep list. So knowing that information, Greg picks up Cam Akers because he might be playing Week 17. What was your thought process behind that?
I just did it because I was like, I don't really have a whole lot here, I was like Justin Jackson, who I knew I was going to start regardless because while they did lose a whopping, almost 12 point margin, they give the ball to their running backs. So, and I don't know, Matt Stafford's looked okay throwing his ball to his running backs, Darrell Henderson and all them. So I was thinking maybe I could use him if I had him in a championship game. But obviously, I'm not going to be in the championship game, so it doesn't really matter. And I might start him just for shits and gigs because, frankly, $20 isn't really that big of a deal to me if I lose in the third place game. So, it's
a rich man.
It was
rich man.
It was just kind of one of those things. I was looking far enough ahead, but I didn't really see anything else on the waiver wire that I thought was worth a shit. I had already, I feel cleaned it out at a point where I was like, this is literally all I'm gonna need, and I was riding on Tyler Lockett and Terry McLaurin to come through, and they didn't. It's actually very rare that my wide receivers haven't performed very well this year. Usually running backs have been the problem, but this week was not the case. So
I would like to jump in, Connor, if I may. I mean, I kind of want to briefly walk through the timeline of how this matchup went down and the roller coaster of emotions I was feeling.
Sure thing.
I would say, I think before the Sunday night game, which was Cowboys versus Washington.
I knew as soon as the Cowboys game started, Sean, I was losing.
Why? So Greg all day long was like 80-70% over me. I had like projected 25-30% chance to win all day long, and I typed out in Sleeper but deleted because I'm like, well, why should I post that? I said I need the Cowboys to win like 35-7 for me to have a chance today. And the Cowboys went out. I think they won by a wider margin than that.
56-14.
Yeah, so they won by a wider margin. And so really best case scenario for me was I was down probably 30-40 points going into that game. And Greg had been way ahead of me all day. And then, yeah, the Cowboys, they just played well all around. Dak was spreading the ball out. They scored like 40 at half. The defense had like a touchdown. Special teams had a touchdown. It just kept on going. And I, as a Cowboys fan and as a fantasy owner, my team lives and dies with the Cowboys, so I'm actually extremely nervous for next week, which maybe we should wait for.
I would not be nervous. Arizona sucks. They're so bad. Cliff Kingsbury is
still 10-4.
10-4. He went 7-0 at Texas Tech and lost his last 6 1 year. So
I don't care what he did 5 years ago at the college level, Greg. I'm worried about right now. Kyler Murray, D-Hop coming back.
Look at his last 2 years in the NFL.
All I care about is, can the Cowboys score 30 to 40 points on them? Maybe. Can the defense hold them to under 15?
Ooh, sounds like you should find a new outlet for the next week, because if you're that scared about it, then don't fucking start them.
My team lives and dies with the Cowboys. If the Cowboys win, I win. If they lose, I lose.
Well, look at the money. Take a calculated risk and do what you want to do. I'm not telling you how to play your game,
Greg.
I'm telling you, Cliff Kingsbury sucks dick, and you should not.
Are
be
you
worried.
Hold on. Are you done?
He's so. Oh my gosh, Greg.
Good.
We gotta shift down a couple gears, man.
Got a lot of pod left to go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We have time for debates.
So yeah, live and die by the Cowboys for sure. Great start of Dalton Schultz. I don't know who would have given you that idea. Maybe it was seeing him put up 20 last week on your bench.
Started him all year long.
Maybe it was the podcast the last 5 weeks. Why is he not starting Dalton Schultz? Why is he not starting Dalton Schultz?
That is untrue. I started him almost every single week, except for the week he scored like 20. And I'm like, I will never make this mistake again. I talked to Connor like 3 or 4 times about it. I was like, he's starting the rest of the year. I don't care anymore. I'm not playing Tyler Conklin over him. I'm not playing CJ Uzoma over him. I don't give a shit anymore. No Cole Kmet. They can all go to hell. Okay. Dalton Schultz is playing. If the Cowboys win, I win. If they lose, I lose. And I've just accepted that at this point. So.
Okay. I think that's enough. We need some distance from the two of you.
Final thing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing. This is not related to Greg at all.
Sure.
Do you remember who preseason was, other than me, the biggest Cowboys favorite and had a stacked Cowboys roster on their fantasy team?
My dad.
Traded away too many of those players, Connor.
Well, he traded away, I think it was Amari Cooper, who has not been what CeeDee Lamb's been. He had Dak.
And he had Zeke.
And then I think
Still
he
has
had
Dak, hasn't been playing him. Yeah.
But
so
he hasn't had CeeDee
away.
Lamb, who was his best player. Who's the Cowboys' best player, at least. But let's move on to the next matchup. Team Shockerman taking on Team Goldywing. A couple of people who have not updated their team names this year. Goldywing comes away with it. That's Alex, our good friend Alex.
Big W from him. A lot of
Big
points.
win. The big upset. Shockerman, between him and Isaiah, were the two favorites coming in. Let's see. We have Josh Allen putting up 37 points just about. You had almost 20 from Justin Jefferson, 26 from Mark Andrews. I mean, that's where you're winning it right there. 19 from Devontae Smith, 16 from the Bucs defense.
He won his matchup with no damn running back points. You got to imagine Kamara's going to put up more than 7 points next week.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, surely. Same with Gaskins.
Yeah, they're going to run
But it's
it up
also the quarterback problems. The quarterback situation's a problem. Because they're going to stack the box against, what, Ian Book, I think is his name? Blake Bortles, maybe?
Is Ian Book? Blake Bortles got brought up from the practice squad
Yeah,
last
it's going to be either
Trevor
Bortles...
Siemian.
Blake Bortles was calling plays on the sideline last night. They said he's been here literally 3 days. Ian Book only got the start because he's been in the system longer.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're so boned at quarterback because they're trying to say that they should draft one, and there's no one to draft.
I would like to say Notre Dame as a whole can get fucked, especially all of their quarterbacks. I saw a stat today. The last 20 or 25 starts by Notre Dame quarterback have all been L's. It's unbelievable.
In the NFL?
Yeah.
Huh.
I need to find that exact thing, but yeah.
I'm trying to think the last notable
Well, so
quarterback
the Saints... So the Saints aren't drafting a quarterback because they just paid Taysom Hill all that money. Right?
Exactly. But
like,
the
I
announcers...
don't know what they're
They
doing.
paid their backup tight end a bunch of money.
Yeah.
The announcers last night were like, they need to figure something out at quarterback, and they must really think Taysom Hill's really good, even though he's injured half the time, and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, I don't know what to tell you. You should have expected the L regardless. They're playing one of the best defenses in the league. It's a shame that Miami only has one Pro Bowler on defense. There should be 4, but I'm not,
They have played well. Who's the one Pro Bowler? I don't even know.
Xavier Howard.
That's a good pick. You guys almost lost him in the offseason, too.
Yeah, but then he restructured his contract and he's staying for another 4 years. So
that's a good get. Oh, I found the Notre Dame QB information if you would like, Connor.
Sure.
It's been split between 4, so 4 straight L's by Brady Quinn, no shock. 4 by Jimmy Clausen, forgot he existed.
Okay.
15 consecutive L's by Deshaun Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
And
he
then
was the starter on the
Ian
defeated
Book.
team.
Yeah. So, and then you got Ian Book capping it off. So 24 straight starts have been L's by Notre Dame QBs. Maybe don't draft a Notre Dame quarterback because they kind of suck. Stick to tight ends and Will Fuller.
Tight ends, Will Fuller, and Manti Te'o.
Dude, Will Fuller's like a grave robber. Dude makes so much money by doing nothing. It's insane.
He is a fantastic football player when he's healthy. The thing is, he's never healthy. I mean, I'm going to look him up real quick because it's actually kind of funny how unhealthy he is.
While Connor looks that up, I'll continue with Shockerman's thing. So Connor's dad got a solid, 31 points from A.J. Brown. He had 38 points from Dak on the bench. Even at that, 22 points added to his total. I still would not have won him his matchup this week. He still would have been about 7 short. So it didn't
right. What
really
he needed,
matter.
What he needed was a defensive change and then throwing Dak in for Tom Brady. If he had gotten 10 points from his defense and Dak instead of Tom, he wins the matchup.
I'm going to be honest, though. You got to think if you see the Chargers defense in the waiver wire playing the Texans, you probably pick them up and play them. I mean, I probably would have done the same shit. I'm a little nervous. I guess I'll not talk about my Golden Wings matchup yet. I'll let you finish this one. But
yeah, so I guess we'll just keep going.
I haven't even talked about this matchup yet.
Huh?
Let's talk about this one.
No, we're still in the midst of talking about this matchup, you know.
Dear God.
So, Greg, I'd like to hear your
fucking breaks, bruh.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Okay. So, we're having fun. So, Greg, your turn. Greg, go ahead.
When I come back.
It truly is. What's your take on the Goldie Wang Shockerman matchup? Now, I would assume both of you. The reason I was kind of spearheading this was because I figured you guys would be entrenched in your own matchups. But it sounds like you do have opinions here on this.
Yeah,
matchup.
I've watched a ton of football this week. This was probably the most football NFL football I've watched because college did not happen this week, and bowl games started kind of yesterday. But let's see here. I thought. So you guys remember what I said about New England winning the division? They're not winning the division anymore.
Wait, you lied?
Tied at the top of the division.
You lied?
I lied.
Well, so...
It's Buffalo's division to win the last 2 weeks.
Which is not what you were saying a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You said it ran through Miami, Greg. What happened?
I mean, it still does.
No, it doesn't.
New England has to come play us.
But if it goes through you.
Sean, if the shit aligns, we can still win.
If
also,
does not mean it runs through you.
Fellas, if we win out, you both have to... At least Sean owes me an apology about how bad the Miami Dolphins have been.
I think Sean owes you an apology if they make the playoffs.
I owe you an apology now, Greg, because I said they wouldn't be 500 by Christmas. Here we are. Christmas has passed. The Miami Dolphins are, I believe, 1 game above 500. And whilst I don't want to admit it, they're here. Okay, now, are they going to be able to play Ian Book every week from now on? Definitely not.
Okay, here's the deal.
Hold on. I am still talking. I would have likened this. The Steelers run. How good were the Steelers last week, Greg? How good? Hold on. How good were the Steelers last season? They looked really great until they started playing real teams.
You got to stop doing that, Greg. We got to be a little more professional than that. I'm giving you a 10-second mute timeout. All right, Sean, go ahead.
Anyway, so they've been on a great run, but they haven't been playing anybody. It's kind of like the Steelers playing really well last year until the last third of the season. Okay, I'll just stop this point. Everybody listening to this, everybody that
it was a great show, everyone.
Do it every week.
See you next week.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about, so it's fine. Greg, I hope you guys get to the playoffs. I really do, because it's not gonna matter. You shared a video of Tua throwing a ball on the sideline on the run like it was a great play that any halfway decent quarterback can make.
No, they can't do it to their left.
They're not left-handed. What are you talking about? I didn't say anything.
No other player in the NFL can make that throw left-handed.
Did you listen to the announcers on that clip? That's the primary reason I said that clip.
I didn't hear the sound on. I was like, what the hell am I watching this for?
The announcers go, he's the only quarterback in the NFL that can make that throw. It's like, the dude's left-handed. He rolls out left. They're like, anytime Tua rolls out left, it's a completed pass. It's like...
Most times quarterbacks roll out. Side. Yeah, most times quarterbacks roll out unabated. They're going to complete a pass because they have like 20 seconds to make a pass.
I did not throw it because it was a good pass. I threw it because I threw that clip in the chat because of the fucking horrendous announcer crew we had to deal with on Monday Night Football
I didn't have the sound on, so I thought you were just sucking off Tua per usual, which would have been believable. But I let it go because I knew I was going to be on the pod with you tonight, but that clears it up. I'll let you slide, and we can move on.
So back to Shockerman. Can I just do a quick thing for my dad?
Tom Brady needs to go.
Yeah, I'll just be quiet.
Can I do a quick thing for my dad real quick? Dad, I'm talking to you. I love you. I'm sorry you got eliminated. You can
Stop playing Tom Brady.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Sean. You can still win money. All right? Set your lineup. Beat Greg. Do not let Greg get in the money. Please, Dad.
He doesn't even want the money.
Compete. You know what's funny? I talked to my dad at Christmas, and he was bragging about still being in the playoffs. And, he was telling his mom, his mom was like, my grandma, she goes, well, how much do you win? And Dad goes, $20. And, so our buy-in is $20. I thought it was a funny story. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, don't you win $20? I was like, Dad, you're going to win $280. Or whatever the number is. If you
180, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 180.
180, you're right. And he was
but
like...
He's funny.
He was like, oh, Yeah, he looks at his line and starts setting it a little bit more. But, Dad, thank you so much for competing this year. Hopefully at the end of the year, by the way, I want to get as many people together as possible to do like a last podcast before the season ends. So hopefully we'll get to talk to my dad then about fantasy football. The big thing I heard all weekend, was from him was, Brandon Cooks being out, Dalvin Cook being out, Leonard Fournette being out, and just how depleted his roster was all I heard. So
we'll say that turned out to not be his problem. His problem turned out to be his receiver and his defense.
Well, and
running backs are actually okay.
I mean, you'd think if he got Brandon Cooks in there instead of Jacoby Myers, I guess it could have been different.
Yeah. His team just didn't play that bad. It just didn't play good. Like, he scored 116. It's not like he scored 85, right? It's like, most weeks you probably win with 116, but not in the playoffs against a good team. So,
in fact, it was in both games, all four championship level teams put up, Shockerman put up 116. That was the lowest. I mean, everybody competed. It's great to have a competitive championship here. We're going to be seeing Alex versus Sean. I'd like to do a little preview of that if we can.
Yeah, I would love to. Let's do it.
Let's see.
Should Sean really be involved in said preview since he's competing?
I have a couple points I'll bring up, but I'll stay out of the actual deliberation of who will win.
We'll start with Alex first. Alex has been going with Josh Allen all year. Alvin Kamara and Myles Gaskin are his running backs currently. Justin Jefferson and Chase Claypool are his wide receivers. We have Mark Andrews at tight end. Devontae Smith as his first flex. A kicker and a defense. Who gives a shit? Singletary on the bench could be a nice play instead of Myles Gaskin here at RB2. Thank you, Sean. Mike Gesicki at tight end just in case he needs the flex, because I don't think you're benching Mark Andrews.
You're not benching tight end one. No chance.
But, that would only come into play if, let's say, Claypool can't go, or you're not confident in Claypool.
Who do the Steelers play next week?
Steelers play Cleveland next week.
Maybe you are confident in them then. I don't know.
You might be. Devontae Smith versus Washington might be a fun matchup. Huh?
I don't think you've dropped Devontae Smith for anybody.
Fuck no to Chase Claypool.
No, you're not.
My team.
No, I was saying, sorry. I might have cut out. Devontae Smith playing Washington is going to be a good matchup, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Although
sure.
he played Washington a couple weeks ago, got 7 fantasy points, only got 5 targets. You hope that changes.
Potential massive game incoming from his defense, because the Bucs play the Jets.
Tampa Bay versus the Jets.
It's really unfortunate for me, scheduling wise.
All right,
but what are you gonna do?
Moving on to Sean.
They played Carolina this week and they sucked.
Sean, please no interruptions. Okay, I don't need you chiming in on every player I say. Like, I might not start Josh Jacobs. Let me go through your lineup first, and then I'll give you, and then you'll be able to talk and give your information. Jalen Hurts at quarterback is who Sean has here. Josh Jacobs, Ezekiel Elliott as his 2 running backs. Stephon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb as his wide receivers. Right now, Dalton Schultz at tight end. He's got Pittman as the flex. Nick Folk, still kicker number 1 as kicker. Dallas defense obviously came through in the clutch last week. Notable guys on the bench. DeAndre Swift could be coming back this week. That would be a big get for him, for Sean. Mike Williams, although he's on COVID protocol right now. Conklin, in case he wants to get weird with it again. Russell Gage, Cortland Sutton. Okay, Sean, floor is opened. Tell me what
I'm not super. Honestly, I'm probably starting the exact same lineup. What I was really hoping was going to happen would be DeAndre Swift would be dipping his toes back in week 16, get 8 to 10 carries, and then
He's
be back
dead.
to a full workload. Yeah, be back to
He's
a full workload this week. Since he didn't come back, can't play him this week.
I'd
He
be
might not
so
play
worried
it at all the rest of the
play him.
season. Yeah, I can't confidently play him at all.
And if I'm Detroit, I'm not playing him. Because he's
not
your
coming
young
back
stud
the rest of
running
the
back.
year.
This
Yeah.
season's washed. Like,
Yeah.
save him for next
There's
year.
really no reason not to. The only other thing that worries me, honestly, even though they've been carrying me, and you got to start your studs, is Dallas defense against Kyler Murray. And I'm not saying that we're for sure like Arizona's the god tier team by any means, but when I looked at the waiver defenses, there's nobody worth starting over the Cowboys. So I'd rather just ride with who's gotten me here and just see what happens. And if I do a quick glance at defenses on the waiver, you got Chicago against the Giants. That's a clusterfuck. You got Tennessee against Miami. Miami's playing well right now. I mean, what are you gonna do? The Raiders against Indianapolis. Indianapolis is playing really well.
Maybe Green Bay against Minnesota.
I mean, maybe, but Justin Jefferson, is going to get 12 catches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't trust the Green Bay defense either, to be honest with you. And so it's
last time Green Bay and Minnesota met, Green Bay's defense got -1 fantasy points.
So it's just a whole. There's really nobody worth starting over him and taking that risk for. So odds are, folks, you're going to see the exact same lineup next week, which does make me nervous.
I would, if I'm in your shoes, I would definitely consider Chicago's defense against the Giants. Although Chicago is bad, their defense is good, and the Giants cannot move the ball with Mike Glennon at quarterback.
That's a valid point. And, just in case, I might just go pick them up now because I have a couple players on my bench that definitely aren't going to play. I might as well pick the Bears up before
Waivers
then.
clear tonight at 2 a.m. And
I'm done playing waivers, so you don't got to worry about me anymore.
Yeah, and as a kind of a gentleman's agreement, I don't make waiver claims when I don't make waiver claims at night to process when I'm out of the playoffs, because I think that's just messed up, taking away an opportunity or kind of stepping in on somebody else's stuff.
I think Greg can still get into the money, so if you're
I think if you're still able to get in the money, go for it. Make your claims.
I don't really need anybody here. I don't think.
But really, other than throwing a player in because of injuries, I haven't really been setting a lineup really.
When I look at these teams, I look across the board and I'm pitting these against each other. I'll make this point, and you guys obviously pick who you think's going to end up winning. I think he's got me beat at quarterback, because he's got Josh Allen. I've got Jalen Hurts. Can't beat QB1, even though Jalen Hurts is playing well. Kamara versus, Zeke. Probably give the edge to Kamara for the most part. I know he had a bad week last week. I will take the edge with Josh Jacobs over Myles Gaskin, so 2-1 for him. Justin Jefferson versus Stephon Diggs, though, I don't know. I think that's a close one, but JJ is wide receiver 3, so he's got JJ. I'll take wide receiver 2 with CD over Claypool. He's got me on tight end. I like to think I've got him beat on flex, but I think Pittman's been more consistent than Devontae Smith.
Michael Pittman. It's
close.
close.
Devontae Smith's a better player, but I think Pittman's been more consistent this year, which is what I'm looking for at this point. Let's see. Smith is wide receiver 28, and
Pittman's
Pittman
19.
is... Yeah, so it's not a huge gap. I'll still take the edge on it. When I look top to bottom, I think Alex actually has an edge this week, so I think I'm going into this week as an underdog again, especially with his defensive matchup against the Jets. I'll take the kicker edge just because Nick Folk's kicker won. But, I mean, it's going to be a good one. I mean, we'll see what the heck happens. But you guys, I'll be quiet. You guys do your thing.
I'm excited. I love fantasy football. I hate when I'm not a part of the championship, but what are you going to do? You can only be in so many and not win. So, Sean, I'm looking forward to you winning the championship, hopefully. We'll get to talk to you on the podcast, and I will be the only one out of our 4 Call of Duty friends that doesn't have the championship. So I'll be rooting for that. Having said that, Sean, I think I like your team a little bit better.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know if my Cowboys dependency, huh? I'm kind of hot and cold.
The Cowboys are a good football team. Last week, Myles Gaskin got 3 carries.
Who gets the backfield work in Miami, bro? Who's the guy?
Duke Johnson.
That's dumb. Why is it Duke Johnson?
I'm not going to complain. I'll go along with it.
Last week?
No, rest of season, last week, now. I mean, all of the above.
Duke Johnson has gotten it the last 2 weeks. Myles Gaskin's been hurt. He's been on COVID.
Philip Lindsay had 13
Philip Lindsay is back.
Just crowded. It's like the old Houston backfield because they have half of the Houston backfield. So it's like,
and they're all in different packages. They've been designed in different packages. We're back to using the Wildcat a lot, which means you can throw anybody back there pretty much. So it's just how it is. I don't know what else to say. I would stay away from the Miami Dolphins backfield as I have, but you know,
everybody other than Jalen Waddle, pretty much, right?
Well, I mean, by backfield, I mean running backs. Yeah, Jalen Waddle is Rookie of the Year, and if he doesn't get it, it's...
What?
Stop that right now. Maybe Offensive Rookie of the Year.
No,
and maybe,
not even Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I said maybe. Yeah, because Offensive Rookie of the Year is what? Jamar Chase, Najee Harris, Mac Jones. Yeah, Jalen Waddle, even though he's really good, he's going to be like... He was hurt for a little bit. So
go and look at all the rookie records he's already beat.
Don't care.
Obviously, he's not beating Justin Jefferson's record, but he's beating a lot of them for the franchise of Miami. He's the greatest wide receiver they've had in the last 15 years, at least that I can think of. And I think he's a better wide receiver than Devonta Smith. So here we are.
That's fine. But he's not better than... It's Jamar Chase, dude.
He's had a way better year. That's just reality.
And honestly, let's be real. Mac Jones is what, 9-6. He's probably
a quarterback.
He's the quarterback.
He's a quarterback. I mean, it's already favored toward him.
If Justin Jefferson can break the records he broke last year, and miss out on Rookie of the Year to a quarterback, Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase are going to lose out to Mac Jones.
What about a Defensive Rookie of the Year? Because I have some strong feelings about this.
Well, it's literally it's Micah Parsons. I mean, who else? That's the defensive Rookie of the Year. I don't know any other
number one
defensive
linebacker.
players that are even close. Like Patrick Surtain, I think has been fine for Denver.
Right.
He's played really good.
The Miami guy, the edge rusher for Miami.
No.
Jalen Phillips.
Even good.
Von Holland?
Oh, that's a receiver.
No, Javon Holland is a cornerback.
Oh, it's not him. Connor's looking it up right now. Got a couple of good players out there. Yeah,
Jalen Phillips is up there for defense.
Michael Parsons is up for Defensive Player of the Year, not just Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Right, so, and that's why he should be he's gonna win it far and away.
I don't think he'll win Defensive Player of the Year just because of the raw sack numbers that like T.J. Watt and a couple of those guys have. People forget that Micah only rushes the passer like a third of the time.
Jalen Phillips so far has played 518 snaps, 266 are pass rushing snaps. He has a pass rush rate of 94%. He's only got 12 sacks though, including last night. So 3% sack rate.
Same number of sacks as Michael Parsons, and he's a middle linebacker.
So I'm going to read you the top 5 Defensive Player of the Year candidates according to odds before this past week. So this was posted on Thursday of last week. TJ Watt at plus 175. Micah Parsons has the second best odds, plus 250. Myles Garrett plus 325. Aaron Donald plus 750. And Nick Bosa at plus 750.
TJ Watt or Micah this year. I don't think they're giving it to Myles Garrett because the Browns aren't good enough. Then again, the Steelers are bad as well. So, I don't know.
Shit. Michael Parsons. Give it to him. I don't care.
Kind of a homer, but what's the next segment, Con? What are we doing here?
You want to move on?
I gotta pick winners.
Whatever you want to do.
You're done talking about your Dallas Cowboys?
You guys talk about what you need to talk about. I'll be here ready to
Greg, who do you think wins?
Unbelievable.
Oh.
Kidding. I think it's gonna be the closest matchup on the face of the planet. Honestly, like, it's gonna come down to somebody's missing a start. You know, like someone on their bench is scoring more, and it's gonna be like one player because Alex is loaded top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen is guaranteed 30 points. He's guaranteed 30 points, you know, like every week.
He's
Buffalo.
consistent.
Yeah, Buffalo's winning the division.
I do have Diggs on my team, so he's welcome to throw as many TDs to Diggs as he wants.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. Diggs does not get the touchdowns. Sorry to
Not as many as I would like.
I don't know. Yeah, Josh Allen had
actually
3 touchdowns last week from his little feet.
So feet to the fire. Who's winning?
I think if Alex doesn't start Chase Claypool, he wins. I think he's the dead weight on that team. I think if he can find somebody on the waiver wire, Sean.
Why not just slide Devontae Smith up, put Singletary in your flex, and just be done with it? I mean,
Sean, I'm not his manager. You know,
Sean, you will have to talk to
Sean,
Alex if you want to give him that advice.
Yeah, Sean.
I do not.
You don't like to share information. Fair information to know. I would have shared the Seattle shit with you. I want you to know that.
You have access to the National Weather Radar just as much as anybody else, and you would not have gone out of your way to tell me what the radar was.
Is there weather in Seattle this weekend?
It does not snow there very often, so I've been hearing grumblings about it for a while.
The Mariners, they even left their hood open. I think there's rain in Seattle this weekend. Yeah, I don't care, Sean. Who fucking looks at... Let me go look at Seattle. Yeah.
You just insert yourself into a South Park character? Like, what was that?
I have those tendencies, Sean. Sean's the front runner, but if Alex makes some changes, he's probably going to win.
Okay. So there you have it. Greg thinks it could be Sean or Alex, depending on changes made. It was a very non-answer. You have a future in politics, Greg.
I'll give it to Sean.
You give it to Sean.
I want the underdog. I want to be the underdog. I want to be the dark horse.
I give it to Sean.
I also think Sean's winning. So Sean, there you go. You are the favorite.
For those of you out here, I'm going to say this before the next week happens, because who knows what happens.
I live and die by the Cowboys.
Well, I only have 2 players on my roster that are
Cowboys
from the initial draft. I only have 2 players, I believe, and that is DeAndre Swift and Michael Pittman, and Swift has been hurt. So this is an entirely new roster. I've had to work to get to this point. If I was on Survivor, I would win because I played a good game.
You played a good game.
If the jury decided I deserve to win.
Sean, real talk. Who are you keeping?
DeAndre Swift.
100%. It's got to be DeAndre Swift.
I mean, because I got him in like the 5th round or some shit. Why would I not? What am I going to keep Pittman in the 7th? I mean, maybe, but I doubt it.
Yeah, you keep Swift. You keep Swift for a 4th rounder next year, and you're sad.
I'm almost 99% sure I'm keeping Elijah.
And then guess what else I don't do? I don't draft Christian McCaffrey 1-1 next year. Definitely not.
Yeah. I think 1-1 next year is probably up for grabs, unless Derrick Henry comes back and looks healthy.
Yeah. But then again, I'm not taking Derrick Henry with the 1-1 either, because I'm going to be nervous about a Saquon scenario.
Dude, Saquon's like a 3rd rounder next year.
He wasn't this past year. He went in the 1st round, coming off a big injury.
No, I'm saying he's next year. He's a 3rd
been like
rounder.
the last 5 years for Saquon.
2 years, because he's only been in the league for like 3.
Feels like a decade.
So we have one more segment to go over.
Perhaps the most contentious of all.
Do you guys want to go through this segment?
I would love to.
Beyond ready.
So for this, we've already picked, division winners. We've been doing that, right? We've picked the playoffs. We're going with current playoff. I'm trying to find an updated bracket here. We're going with current playoff standings. If the season ended today, we're picking a winner. Now, if I can find a bracket, playoff.
It took me about 20 minutes. I can share with you the link that I'm on.
To find a bracket? That's crazy.
You can't click through it, but yeah, it's impossible. You find a bunch of table versions of brackets and just have it like listed. That's not what I want.
Have you been to my favorite website, Tankathon?
What is that?
I have been to Tankathon. I love Tankathon.
Tankathon.com?
Because the playoff matchups are there. They're right there. In a bracket.
Interesting.
For those of you that care.
Looking for it right now.
I
don't see one.
Currently, Kansas City's on a bye, so is Green Bay. Philadelphia is playing Dallas, round 1. Miami in Tennessee. New England and the Bengals. Indianapolis and the Buffalo Bills.
Shut up! Where are you seeing this? Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, Greg.
On tankathon.com/NFL.
No shit.
Scroll down, Sean. Use your scroll bar.
Now, Greg, is that a backslash or a forward slash?
That's a backslash. Let me just throw it in Discord so you monkeys can't figure it out.
This is a table version. This is not a click and fill bracket, Greg.
Boo.
Who does that? Who cares
Boo.
about a click and fill bracket? You guys
I'm making one.
It's March. It's March here. We want to play March Madness in February.
This is still recorded.
Shut up.
I don't care.
Okay.
That's me, Sean. That's me being me. Okay.
Okay, so I'm bringing
Clearly,
up Tankathon here. Everybody bring up Tankathon separately. Playoff matchups.
Nope.
Playoff matchups. Wow.
Wait, guys, I gotta find it.
Dude.
All right, I have one that I'm looking at right now.
Connor goes, dude.
But it's in an actual. It is in an actual bracket format, but it is not clickable.
Dude,
I'm just gonna write it out the old-fashioned way.
We're just. Let me go turn my printer on. Right? Like, come on. Printable bracket. Come on.
Dear God.
So right now the the top seeds, Kansas City and Green Bay, they will have the bye. So just going down the list, Tennessee versus Miami.
Easy dub. We're doing it this week. Might as well do it in the playoffs.
Easy dub for Miami.
And then we're gonna get clapped in Kansas City, and I will be at the game.
Hey, hold on. Let us go through the bracket. Don't jump straight
Let's
to
go through the
AFC Championship.
freaking
Craig.
bracket,
What are you doing?
Sean, is your bracket even done printing? Can you even see
I'm not printing a bracket. You
Oh my gosh.
weasel. Okay, I'm
So-
looking at the bracket.
I'm picking the Titans because I don't think Miami's good. New England and
Connor, don't start their defense at all next year. Tell me they're not good.
Dude, their defense has been really good. Their
How many
defense has been good.
games?
How many
I'm,
games have the Dolphins won?
Hold on, that's
How many playoff games have the Cowboys won,
That's
Sean?
not
We're not
relevant.
talking about the Cowboys.
That's not
It's
relevant. So, no, Sean, what you said wasn't relevant. Nothing anybody said there was relevant. I have Tennessee beating Miami because Derrick Henry will be back.
Oh,
No.
no chance. There's
Google-
No.
Google that.
no way, bro. No way.
Derrick Henry
Sunday.
is not coming back. Cam Akers is the only one who's viable as a running
Cam
back.
Akers
One
isn't
day
coming
ago.
back either. Craig.
One day ago, report Derrick Henry could return to Titans in Week 18 after surgery on foot injury. Boom.
Just because
It's
he's
impossible.
returning doesn't mean he's getting snaps. He can stand on the sideline with his injury.
You think he'll go by the wayside to Dontrell Hilliard and Donta Foreman. They don't have a lot of options, and they're going to try to win the playoff. Like, this is their best chance to win a Super Bowl.
He's going to get fucked.
Emmanuel Agba
was killing Alvin Kamara last week.
Because they don't have a quarterback.
They have a quarterback. They're stacking the box. Tennessee's
they don't
got
have a quarterback
Tannehill.
either. They have Ryan Tannehill. I watched him do it year after year.
Okay, the difference between hold on. The difference between Ryan Tannehill and like a Patrick Mahomes is so much smaller than the difference between a Ryan Tannehill and an Ian Book, right?
True.
Ryan Tannehill may be like the 15th best quarterback in the league. He's still 4 times the quarterback. Like a Blake Bortles, Trevor Siemian, Ian Book, those kind of guys. So, like, Tennessee having a decent quarterback, it just means that, people don't stack the box against Tennessee because they have to worry about Tannehill throwing to A.J. Brown.
You know what Ryan Tannehill has to worry about? His worst nightmare, which is a cover 0 defense.
Okay.
And they're going to see
Moving on. So
geez.
two of the 3 of us are picking Tennessee, right? And this could all change with how this game goes this week. Maybe we see a hole that wasn't previously there. I'm with Connor. I'm with Connor. So Tennessee advances.
New England, Cincinnati. Greg is getting a call from work. All right,
Likely.
Sean, we are doing this. We're doing this by ourselves. New England, Cincinnati. Let's hurry. Who you got? You got the pass. Right?
Honestly,
you don't. We have to argue about this.
It's hard to pick against the Pats, bro. But
You like the Bengals?
You say you're going Pats. I like the Bengals' offense a lot, especially after last week. But
man, I'm saying when going gets tough, it's playoff time. I trust Bill Belichick more than I trust whoever's in Cincinnati.
I'm gonna pick against the Pats this year, bro.
Okay.
I don't think it's their year this year. I think it's the first time they miss the playoffs in a long time. I think they get back in the playoffs and are like the 2 seed next year.
Well, they're a playoff team this year, for sure, right?
Yeah.
Let's move on. Colts, Bills. Colts, Bills.
I'm gonna throw you off. I'm picking the Colts here.
I
think they're hot and I like them.
I have the Colts.
Who you got between Bengals and Patriots? Settle this for us.
Bengals.
Okay.
I did too. I mean, I don't know, Connor. You might really be right about that one. It's hard to pick against the Pats, but Bengals are just hot.
So, as it stands, it would be Tennessee and Buffalo for me versus Kansas City and the Patriots.
Yeah, but we gotta do this all as one bracket because we already we eliminated the Dolphins because 2 of the 3 of us picked.
Okay, so we eliminated
one bracket.
We eliminated the Patriots then, because you guys picked the
Greg
Bengals.
and I both picked the Bengals. We could be wrong, but
I have a question.
You guys picked the Colts.
I have a question really quick.
Yeah, please.
If you're the Dolphins, would you rather win the division and play the Bengals, or would you rather sit right where you are and play Tennessee Titans?
I'd rather play the Titans than the Bengals right now, to be honest.
Same here.
So
I don't want to play Tennessee if Derrick Henry's back.
He's not going to be back.
I don't think he's back.
Okay.
I mean, he could be, but who knows?
Chiefs, Colts.
So is the 1 seed plays the lowest remaining seed, correct?
Correct. Chiefs.
Okay, so Chiefs-Colts is a great game, but, I mean, you got to think they beat the Colts, right?
I think the path for the Colts to win is right in front of them. They get to play Buffalo, right? That's an offense they can shut down, you'd hope, right? Actually, no. I'm going to reverse that. This is lining up exactly where Indianapolis does not want it to go.
Yeah, no, they have the hardest possible route.
From going from Buffalo, whose passing offense has shown back up in recent weeks, to Kansas City, who's firing on all cylinders. It's going to be tough. I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Colts. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be particularly close. Chiefs get a little revenge from that playoff game that they blew a few years ago. Are you guys actually taking the Colts here?
No. Against the Chiefs? No.
Okay.
No, I'll take the Chiefs.
Then what are you saying?
I like the Colts
what are you
a
saying?
lot.
What are you saying? I don't know.
He goes, oh.
Because I don't know, man. You don't know that Kansas City's going to beat the Colts?
Well, the more I look at this, I know we have to do it as it stands, but there's no way the Bills end up the 4 seed because they're either going to drop or they're going to go up because they still have to play the Patriots and
or they could stay the same.
Else. I doubt it.
On the 3, 4, 5, 6 is a shuffle. They're all on 9 and 6.
Yeah, it's semantics, but yeah. So I think the Colts advance. They lose to the Chiefs. So you got the Chiefs at the top of the AFC Championship game. Titans, Bengals. I mean, if Derrick Henry's there, then yeah, then Titans. But I don't think it just feels absurd for me to put the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. I can't get over it.
Why? Cleveland was there last year. Bengals.
That's true. They were.
Bengals.
I'm actually taking the Bengals too. Yeah.
I'll go Bengals over Titans as well.
Oh, don't be a follower.
No, I mean I'm not going to pick them over the Titans. Even if unless the Titans have a fully healthy Derrick Henry, which I do not expect to see 3 weeks from now. No, it's Bengals.
All right, and then we all have the Chiefs beating the Bengals.
I mean, you got to think so.
It's the Chiefs' world. We're just living in it.
And 2 years in a row, how are you going to count them out until they lose? So,
all right, Eagles, Cowboys is easy, right?
Eagles. No, I'm kidding. Cowboys, yeah.
I mean, Cowboys are the better team, clearly. I mean, these teams.
I think.
They play twice a year. I haven't seen anything that suggests Philly's the better team. Greg, you on board with that?
Easy. Cowboys easy.
Right now, Rams versus 49ers.
Rams.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you guys already both said Rams, so it doesn't really matter. I think that the Rams are being held together by strings, to be honest with you. I don't trust them. I think they force feed the ball to Odell in the red zone. The running game sketches me out. I don't know. I mean...
You're not even talking about their strongest asset, their defense.
What did you say? Hold on. You're talking about the Rams, and you're saying they're going to force feed Odell Beckham Jr.?
Have been in the red zone regularly.
Oh my! I don't think that's right.
They 100% have. They've gone out of their way to make him the red zone target. 100%. Ask Caleb. You don't talk about
I don't understand why.
I talk to Caleb every day, and he has zero. He hates the Rams. He's not a fan. Just kidding. He loves the Rams. The thing is that he says the offense is a little shoddy. They do not force feed Odell. I watched the Rams and the Dolphins the most.
They force feed Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Is who they force feed.
I will bend to you guys on this because I don't have a strong enough opinion on the Niners, to be honest with you. Because I'm so
Niners
mad.
Aren't great. They have to play Trey Lance next week. Jimmy G's injured.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. So there you go. The Rams win then. All right. Rams Cowboys down there. So up at the top, you got
Cardinals, Bucks.
Bucks Cards. Great game.
That's going to be a great game.
Hope the Bucks lose, but I don't know.
I think the Buccaneers are the best team in the division. I think we are on a fast track for a Super Bowl rematch this year. If that gives away
the playoffs. I disagree personally. I think
you have the Cardinals?
I think the Bucks win this game because it's Tom Brady. And I guess when I look at it, the lowest remaining seed is. So I think if the Bucks have to play Green Bay, everything shakes out chalk like we're picking it right now. Then I honestly think Green Bay might beat them.
The Bucks still get Tom Brady in the next game too.
I know, but Aaron Rodgers is playing way better than Tom Brady this year. So I think so. I think it's not even close. I think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league. I know I don't love Aaron Rodgers, but he's been very good.
I think
defense is playing well too. Packers defense is.
I disagree. I think the Buccaneers beat the Packers in this next round if all falls. I'm assuming, Sean, you say the Packers.
I do. Greg, you decide.
If it's a snow game in Lambeau, Green Bay's winning.
Let's say it's not a snow game in Lambeau.
Let's see, it's mildly cold and very windy.
And
Green Bay's winning.
Okay, and as of note, Tom Brady,
Connor doesn't
played
want
20 years in Foxborough, icy conditions. It's not like the the quarterback.
Yeah, but look
it's
at
not
the
like
rest
he's a
of the
Tampa
team.
Bay quarterback.
I think that Tampa is shakier this year than they have been. They don't have Chris Godwin anymore. I think Mike Evans is hurt right now, but Fournette is hurt right now, and their defense has honestly not been playing that well. I don't think they're not coming together at the right time. I think they peaked 4 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah, we can go with the Packers.
I mean,
I disagree. We'll go with the Packers.
Fair enough. I don't blame. I trust me. I don't want the Packers to win either, but I think they're very good right now. So
Rams Cowboys.
I'll be the last one to talk about this one.
You will. No, you should be first, Sean. You should be first. I'm making you go first.
I am going to try to make this argument and not sound super biased. I think that both teams. I think these teams are extremely similar. I think they're both very hot and cold. They're both very explosive offensively. But I think defensively right now, the Cowboys are just making enough plays that I give them the edge. And I know that's going to sound super biased, but I think these teams match up super, super weirdly, evenly. Other than I think the Cowboys defense has a slight edge, which I never thought I would be saying preseason. So I'm going to pick the Cowboys.
That's a tough call because you got Aaron Donald on that defense. He'll make up for a lot of mistakes. And Jalen Ramsey. That's true.
There's a guy getting a pick a game, and Micah Parsons getting at least pretty much a sack a game. And now we got DeMarcus Ware back. We've got Randy Gregory back in the fold the last couple of weeks. Our defense is getting healthy right now, so they've actually gotten better the last couple of weeks. We haven't had DeMarcus Ware all year, pretty much. So it's been really nice having him. Had a touchdown in his second game back. I'll bow out of this now. See you guys.
It's tough, man. I think I like the Cowboys here a little bit more. And it hurts because this puts two of my least favorite teams into the NFC Championship.
What happened the last time this happened?
What?
I remember. The last time the Cowboys played the Packers deep in the playoffs. Anybody else remember what happened? It's the Des Cottet game.
Enlighten us.
Des Cottet game, man. That's what it was.
Did he catch it?
I truthfully believe so, but apparently the officials did not.
I looked it up. It looks like it was a no catch.
Greg, you really think Des caught that? I don't think you ever have actually said that out loud to me before.
Well, you've never asked.
I appreciate
That's
the
true.
sentiment.
I'd have to look at the play again. I don't really remember it.
You should watch it live on the stream.
I don't think
never
I
asked.
think I get. I think it'll get taken down.
You can watch it post stream.
Yeah, we'll watch it post
All
stream.
right.
How about that?
So now Greg, who do you pick between those two? I mean, I know Connor and I picked Cowboys, but
I'm picking the Cowboys because defenses win championships. Currently, they're clicking on all cylinders. The Rams' defense is playing all right. They're not playing great.
That's why I was going to say, this is not to say the Rams' defense is bad, because the Rams have playmakers all over that defense.
They're just
Their
not.
safeties are
They're
great, too.
kind of like this. The Cowboys' defense is all the way locked together. There's nothing else to say about it. They're playing good, cohesive football, and
it's crazy. Imagine beginning of the season saying, "Yeah, give me Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs over Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald." Right, but that's what we're doing, because Micah Parsons has been, like we talked about earlier, a top 3 or 4 defensive player in the league. Trayvon Diggs may be the best cornerback right now. This Dallas Cowboys team also has playmakers.
I will say, as a Cowboys fan,
but it's not a crazy argument, right?
It's not a crazy argument. I just want to put this out there. I love Trayvon Diggs. I think he's very good. He's making a lot of plays. I don't think he's the best corner in the league, and I don't think it's close because he's gotten the most picks, and I think he's also allowed the most yards.
Okay,
so
but
it's kind of like
but it's an argument, right? Trayvon Diggs is up there, and this is year 2.
Yeah, can I say something about Trayvon Diggs?
Yeah.
So I think his story is incredible from where he started to where he is now. However, I do think that he is a big play potential threat. He's very good at what he does, but whenever it doesn't work, good God, he gives up the most yards in the NFL. And it is not even close. It's like almost 50 yards on average per missed breakup. Like, it's insane. Like, he gets burnt, and it's bad. So they really, really need him to show up and show out. I saw some stat, and it was also in our advanced analytics group chat, that he gives up on average 35 yards per catch. Like, if it makes it past him, because it's insane. Like, it just blows my mind.
But do you take the do you take those missed chances in relation to
logistically,
the interceptions?
For now, yes, because he's making enough of those plays. If he had half the picks that he currently does, nobody would love him as much as they currently do. It's all because it's the risk. The reward is keeping up with the risk for now.
Yeah.
This guy, Trayvon Diggs, he's 3 interceptions away from tying the record.
Yep. Yeah. Who has the record, Connor?
Night Train Lane.
Yep. One of the greatest corners to ever play the game.
Oh, yeah.
So, NFC Championship, we got Packers-Cowboys. Yeah.
Green Bay.
QB's winning the playoffs, man. I don't know what to say.
I don't think Green Bay's a good team, right? I don't think they're as good as Arizona. I don't think they're as good as Tampa Bay. I don't think they're as good as the Rams. And I definitely don't think they're better than the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys here.
I'm going to be honest. I do think the Packers are a better team than the Bucs and the Rams. I think they and the Cardinals are very, very even, but I think that the Packers defense is a little bit fraudulent right now. They played really well the last few weeks, so everybody's convinced that they're good because of fucking Rasul Douglas came out of nowhere and has like 4 picks in 2 or 3 games. I don't trust their defense enough. He's ball hawking,
bro. He's looking really good.
He's looking really good, man, but I don't trust their defense enough.
Sean, just say it. You have Dallas winning.
I am a Dallas fan. I don't trust us to beat Green Bay. I don't. I want us to. I'm going to pick Green Bay against my own team. I'm trying. I really am. So it's up to you, Greg.
It's a complete 720. I've never been spun around before in my entire life like that.
It is Packers-Chiefs.
Oh, Greg didn't pick.
Greg picked the Packers.
Oh, Greg didn't. Oh, Greg picked Packers too. Okay.
And why wouldn't he?
The AFC runs through Kansas City. The NFC runs through Green Bay. And frankly, Connor, the only reason you're saying that is because of the hat you're wearing. I'm sorry, but
I don't know, man. We beat Green Bay. Chiefs beat Green Bay, and the Saints beat Green Bay week 1.
Wow, it's crazy. Green Bay's the #1 seed in the playoffs for a reason. So
okay. Let's back up a step. So are we picking the Chiefs over Green Bay, or what are we looking at here?
Nope. I'm taking Green Bay.
Taking the Chiefs.
Just kidding. I'm taking the Chiefs. I have a lot of money on the Chiefs this year.
They're getting too hot too late in the year for them to. They've been in the Super Bowl.
Kansas City winning it.
Yeah. So I want to do a quick case study. So say I changed my mind. I put the Cowboys in over Green Bay. We got Chiefs Cowboys. Probably still, but I think the Cowboys give them a better game. Quite a bit better.
You think the Cowboys give the Chiefs a better game?
Green Bay, yes.
Yeah.
Really do.
I
think America needs it.
John, do you really want to see Tyreek Hill against Trayvon Diggs? Woof.
Well, he's going to get burnt anyway. He might as well get burnt by Tyreek. So, do I want
Byron Pringle? Woof.
I'm not scared of Byron Pringle.
I think right now my team to beat is Kansas City, obviously. I think the NFC, although Tampa Bay is not going to have a bye, I think Tampa Bay is the best team in the NFC. If they got Antonio Brown back, If they get Mike Evans back, that's two pieces.
Fournette?
A lot of ifs. A lot of
Yeah,
ifs.
there's too many ifs for me. Because I don't have Fournette either.
Is it an if? Like, if he's going to recover from COVID?
You sound
like, is that an if?
He's going to be cleared in time for the... Yeah, I guess they still have 2 weeks till the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
it's going to take him 2 weeks. Like, come on, man. Like, some of the injuries... Like, if he suffers an ACL injury...
COVID, so.
Like, yeah, it's going to take some time to... Will he be in shape?
He...
He's a fucking NFL superstar. I sure hope they'd be in shape.
You know who else was an NFL superstar? Eddie Lacy. Okay? I don't know what my point was there.
We don't discriminate running backs based on their weight here. It's a judgment-free zone.
The NFL does, so...
Well, I'm not the NFL.
If Shaq Barrett comes back for the playoffs... Fournette, hamstring, not looking great. Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of people out for injury. You think Shaq Barrett's coming back. You hope Mike Evans recovers from COVID. Antoine Winfield looks like might play this week. Couple guys out for COVID. I still, I'm looking at all these names. I still think this defense is.
Well,
like,
and the reality is,
this
guys,
is the best defense in the league.
Really, you think so? I don't. They haven't been the best defense when they were healthy this year, though.
I think
when they were healthy early in the year, they weren't playing well.
I think one of the top 3 NFC seeds are making the championship and winning. All of those are very interchangeable for me. And I think they're going to be... This could be the Dallas Cowboys year if they do it right. It's also the Dallas Cowboys year to blow it. We've all seen it happen.
You're not throwing Tampa Bay in there?
They will blow it.
What?
You're not throwing Tampa Bay in there?
Tampa ain't making it.
It blows my mind.
I don't trust them this year. I think they've got to go through too many good teams. There's enough duds on the AFC side that, I think that there's a reason. The reason we think the Bengals can sneak into where they can is because the other teams are kind of because you got the Titans is the 2 seed right now without their best player, right? You've got Miami, who's Miami. You got New England with a rookie QB who's unproven. You've got Carson Wentz in the playoffs again. Who knows how long they're going to stay good?
Mac Jones.
You got the
sucks,
Bills,
guys.
who have been He does not suck, Greg. Stop that right now.
He's not good.
I'm gonna double back because that is an absurd statement. I'm not saying he's good, but he's good enough for his rookie year.
Mac Jones is the second best quarterback in his division.
Yeah. Agreed.
Not calling anybody out. He's just number 2. We all know who number 1
You're
is.
right. 2 is number 1. We are all on board
right now. He's the best left-handed quarterback in the division. I'll give you that.
He's the best left-handed quarterback in the NFL, Sean. Get it right. He's the only guy who can make that left rollout throw.
Okay, we're done. This
Are there any
is
left-handed backup
long
quarterbacks?
No. 2 is the only one. We're done.
Connor knows. Connor knows all the left-handed stats.
I always
He's a
keep
lefty.
tabs. Tebow was the last great lefty. Michael Vick. There was a Jets guy. Oh gosh, he was Kellen Clemens, I think. What was his name?
Kellen Moore.
Was it Kellen Moore?
I don't think he played for the Jets. Moore might have been left-handed though.
Kellen Moore, yes, he was. Well, who
Out of
was I
Boise
thinking
State.
of? Huh. Well, my bad.
Roger Clemens.
It was Kellen Moore. Okay, so it was Kellen Moore.
Sean, this is me shaking your hand. Congratulations on your fantasy football win. I think that it's going to be a tight-ass game. That's all I can say. I'm very fortunate. I don't have to go up against Alex. Josh Allen scares me.
In the finals.
Josh Allen,
say that.
I think you
scares me.
I think you said that incorrectly.
I think you have convinced yourself you're okay with not being in the finals.
I have, because it was a lot of heartbreak. I was like, dude, Tyler Lockett's playing in a blizzard. I'm not gonna win this game.
Well, so Sean, it's like It's
56
like,
points for Dallas? Woof.
It's like Wu from Kagayan, right? Survivor Kagayan, trying to convince
Okay, if you're
himself
gonna do
that
this
he
shit,
made
I gotta hop.
that he made the best decision with taking Tony, when really he should have taken Cass.
All right, Connor. Hey, at least when we bring up off tangent football points, it's a football podcast, not a Survivor pod. Figure it out.
Greg, in this situation, you're Cass, buddy. All right, you got left in the dust. Okay?
All right,
I'll see you next year.
Chaos Cass. All right, hey.
I'll see you next year.
week. Hey, next week. Hopefully, we'll be able to get Alex on and
because
talk
Alex
to
is
the
gonna be
both
the
of you.
champion.
Now you're switching it up, Greg. You finally made a decision.
I'm hoping we can talk to both Alex and Sean on the podcast next week. And then hopefully the week after that,
Sean, as long as you...
Can I talk? Maybe?
No.
Okay. I was going to say next week, hopefully we can get a few guys... Or sorry, the week after next week, we can get a few guys on and have like an end of season round table.
Wrap up.
Now, Greg, what was so important that you had to interrupt my outro?
John, you have a light bulb out in your chandelier, and it's been bugging me all podcast.
In my house. Oh.
All podcast.
Let's
the
go.
entire YouTube
all right.
world.
You got a sombrero hanging from your wall. You got all kinds of junk in your background. Okay.
Here.
I don't want to hear it.
Here, Connor.
Put it on. It's party time.
Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for watching the podcast.
It's time to hop out.
It's, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We live stream every week. Link in the description. Bye-bye, everybody. See ya. Have a good weekend.